Hey everybody, it's me, Sven Sharpen here, bringing you day number 141 of Let's Talk About Autism. Before we get started, I'd love you to hit the like and subscribe buttons down below the video. That would help me out a lot. Anyway, in today's video, I'll be talking about something I've talked about a lot throughout this series, and it's forced transfers. What I mean by forced transfers is autistic kids and neurodivergent kids in general often forced to go to other schools, like they're banned from going to certain schools and are often forced to go from one school to another without the choice of themselves or their parents even. And the schools make it pretty obvious as to why they do this. In my personal case, they told me and my family, he's autistic, he needs an AN program, and AN is different from SSN, and only 2 high schools in this county out of 16 have one, and at the time it was only 1. And they did this because I'm autistic and needed an AN program. And it was just like, what the heck, man? It's not like non-autistic kids have to worry about this, and this could go for other forms of neurodivergence too. And the effect this had on me was quite severe. I've been saying this, and this will happen to any kid that had this happen. Like, in my case, I spent like 2 to 4 years making relationships, and they turned out to be really good relationships, many of whom I'm still in contact with to this day. And yet, I wasn't allowed to go to school with them because I'm autistic. I mean, this is like straight out of Jim Crow. It's like, what the heck? This is ridiculous. And of course, I related it to things like fascism, because that is fascism. Segregationism is fascism. It's communism. It's craziness. It's very much socialist in a lot of ways. And the effect this had on me was very severe. Again, I've been saying this throughout the series. This threw me into a really deep depression that included suicidal ideation and can ultimately lead to the destruction of a child's mental health and social development and even intellectual development. And now I can see, like, if a child is getting bullied a lot, but it's not like the school district cares about that. The school districts usually choose this. They don't care about the social lives of autistic kids, and they don't care if a kid is going to get bullied or if a kid is going to lose years of relationships because of that. And often when this happens, it happens for a lot more than a year. Like, in my case, praise the Lord, it was just 1 year, and I was back to my neighborhood school, just in time for COVID. But yeah, to a lot of other kids, this will happen for more than a year. Like, it'll happen for 2 years, 3 years, or even their entire childhood, or like all of a certain period of their schooling life. Like, for all of middle school, they have to go somewhere else because they're autistic, or for all of high school, or for half of elementary school or something. It's just ridiculous. And it's not even about like which type of school you're going to, it's just which specific school you're going to. Like, I'm talking about the difference between 2 public schools that, let's be honest, these days aren't really any different in terms of their woke indoctrination. But at the time, it was the difference between contact with relationships and no contact with relationships. I didn't have a cell phone yet, which was actually a good thing, let's be honest. I did not have consistent contact with my relationships for over a year, and consistent contact is very important for maintaining relationships. And if an autistic kid is forced away from relationships they spent years making, it's going to really severely affect their mental health, and often leads to things like trans identification, leads to things like I don't know, how do I describe this? I already said the other words. So, like, self-destruction in a lot of ways. It's a really sad thing that nobody's fighting against. I haven't seen any concerted effort to put a stop to this. And that's kind of why I'm starting this, is to say, hey, this is happening. I'm talking about it right now, and we got to put an end to this. This is severely affecting mental health of kids, healthy, capable kids and what even worse, it's completely pointless. There is no reason for any of it. If the reason is they're autistic and need special needs, that's BS, because most kids don't need special needs if special needs is an abusive practice. So that's really what it comes down to. It's where the special needs industry is. And that's why forced transfers happen. Like, and in a case, I haven't seen an example of this, but I'd imagine in a case where an AN program just, ceases to exist or leaves a school, where all of the kids, the autistic kids, are forced to go elsewhere because the AN program moved. That would be insane. And I'd imagine this kind of thing happens. So we got to fix this. We got to save the kids from having their mental health, their relationships, their development destroyed. And like, that's something you can't really recover from. I mean, that's going to take years to recover from. I can't say I'm fully recovered because I'm still not exactly the most socialized out there, considering all of the former classmates have all gone on to college. And I wanted to hang out with them in high school before that. I knew it at the time. And because I couldn't do that, you know, I had to wait like all the way to 12th grade pretty much. And 1 year isn't enough to build relationships to a level where you're hanging out with them every day. So we got to fix this. If we don't fix this, we're going to have more trans-identified kids. We're going to have more suicidal kids. And we just got to stop this. So yeah, that was day 141. I'll see you on day 142. Thank you very much for watching this video if you made it this far, and God bless. Goodbye.